I need to be able to hear it also. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. We are jumping on here today and we are exploring on today's, oh, great. I'm live everywhere. Awesome sauce. So good morning again. My name is Dr.Z. Good morning. And we are doing our Freedom Tea Talk this morning. Today, I'm sharing a little bit about something that's actually upcoming. So with that being said, there's definitely going to be references to things that are happening live, as well as, just the reality of what it looks like to choose to do certain things live. So I don't know if you've seen the post most recently, but there's definitely an allusion towards an event that's free, that's coming up, starting next Sunday. Excuse me. Next Sunday, we will be launching the Goddess Vibes Unleashed Summit. There are about 20 or so speakers that I have invited to come on and share some info, and they were so kind as to jump on and share their expertise, their experience with feminine energy. And I figure, why not share, since we were talking about community at the end of last month and making, transitioning over to making it a series, to speak more intentionally about what it looks like to create your community and where those different things can happen, what that looks like. So speaking of, like, even for instance, today, our topic in being able to choose your community, deciding who gets to be a part of your tribe. What does that look like? Where are they coming from? Where are they at? What do they do? Why? How? When's? Like all the questions, all the things. Putting this event together really allowed me the opportunity to explore on a more deeper basis what that does look like. So what does it look like to reach out to your community, to inquire about what they've got going on, and to ask if they'd be willing to share some of their goodness with your people so that you all can really demonstrate the power of what collaboration looks like and support. So I know historically there's like this image and concept and idea of, like, the whole crabs in a bucket thing, where historically, especially people of color, would be in a position where we would not help out or support another person for fear that that would take away from our opportunity to be able to do so. That's not true. It's not a problem. And actually, the more people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, the more likely that you are on the right page and heading in the right direction as you start to notice, yes, more people are doing the work that you're doing. More people are showing up in the field that you're showing up in. More people are actively taking a stance and making a choice to speak on it. Well, apparently I was supposed to plug in my power cord and didn't do so. So you guys are going to catch a brief moment of me moving around to do that, as well as pouring my coffee, but still sharing info. I'm wondering for any of you all what that has been like at different points in times in your careers, in your life, where maybe you've had groups of friends, maybe just the people that you worked with at your office, where you've noticed there were some differences in how other people were able to advance, how other people were able to really harness and own in on their leadership style once they got into those positions. Did they do it by themselves? And if they did, in their pathway, did they leave like burning flames of bridges that have been crushed and trampled over? Or did they actually reach out for a hand, have somebody grab it, pull them forward as they continue to do that same thing, being able to support each other? Just to be fair, sometimes a bridge might need to be burned, but if you are intentionally collaborating within a community with the collective whole of being able to show up for others, being able to help and support more people intentionally, burning bridges might not be necessary, especially if like we're in the same field. So therapists, I know a lot of us get into a point where we definitely go into private practice, and shout out to one of the folks I used to work with who just got licensed. So I expect to see her very soon out here promoting her own private practice and starting it, as she also recently joined another program that I had the pleasure of being a part of. So just saying these are how those circles continue to loop around. Hey, I literally just spoke about, like, she just jumped on the live on IG, and I was just saying how she just got licensed, has been a part of different communities that I've been a part of, and just how that collaboration continues to work, where you never know when you will or won't see, need, or want to help out someone else. So being intentional about doing the same thing and being comfortable with doing it your own way gives you the opportunity to really be in a place of support, where if your people reach out to you because you didn't burn all the bridges, you have the opportunity to share more information intentionally. You are very welcome, Elise. Like, you have the opportunity to promote them, to go beyond what you can offer them, even in the moment. That, believe it or not, sometimes you saying no to an offer allows them to actually slingshot and excel past. And it may have seemed like the hand was dropped or something like that, but really they were holding on and giving you that support to help project you to go forward, because you were going to get there faster. And believe it or not, there's people that are rooting for you. With that being said, I'm wondering, what communities are you all intentionally showing up in? And are you taking the time to really speak to, build, and nurture those relationships, and be comfortable with every season is not a season of collaboration. Every season, you don't have to be doing something with someone else or for someone else. There are periods where you need to do your own work for you. You need to handle your own business so you are actually in a position to be able to support someone else within your community. Some folks may think, well, oh, that's selfish, and if I've helped you, then you should help me. We don't owe anyone anything. So understand, every time you choose to help, it's because you chose that. When someone else does the same, it's because they chose to help. And my fingers crossed hope is that every person is doing so from a space of an abundance of overflow, instead of doing it from a space of desperation. That when you're looking at, okay, I want this person, and that person to show up and show out, if they have other things happening, they're still a part of your community. And this no means there's something else that you need to be doing that that person doesn't need to be a part of at this moment. But the thing is, it doesn't mean they won't show back up again. If you guys are people, if that's what's good, you'll be fine. There is a reason things are shifting or showing up the way they are. And it's our individual responsibilities to notice what's coming up. Why? Is it about the community, or is it really about us? Is it something that we needed to be doing, so that in reaching out to collaborate with other folks, we can do that on a better basis? We can do that in a more fully attentive way that is truly going to be supportive and the best representation for today, at this point in time, of what it is we'd like to accomplish. And I intentionally said for today and at this point in time, because a year ago, what any of us may have been thinking about or offering might not be the same as what we have the capacity to do today. So could you imagine? It could have been great a year ago, whatever the things. And I'm just saying things because my hope is that everyone starts to really embrace and hone in on your different communities, how they work collectively for you, and how you can give back to those communities. Like, what are the ways that you get to show up? How do you get to pour back into other people and recognize, okay, for today, at this point in my life, this is what I have available. This is how I can show up. This is what I would like to do. Now I'm going to see who's out there and who's available to align with it. And if it comes back, there's no one, then it sounds like you're about to do a solo mission that's still going to be supportive to your community as a whole. Because at that point, you're still choosing to show up as you. You're still choosing to show up and share your gifts, and you're choosing to go ahead and put it out there. The worst thing that can happen is nothing. But if you sat on it and you didn't bother to try, you didn't attempt to reach out, you didn't attempt to still do it on your own, if you weren't able to get support, you wouldn't know in its entirety if this was or wasn't for you. If you're hosting an event, if you're starting a coaching program, if you're considering even, I don't know, changing jobs, moving to another place, starting a new relationship, ending a relationship, believe it or not, our communities may have a rich resource of information that could totally be helpful and how you go about processing or making that decision without putting all your business out there. But it does require you to give yourself a moment to take a break, take a breath, breathe, reevaluate, and really look at, okay, what do I have available in this moment? Do I have the capacity? Do I have the physical time, the mental time, the emotional energy to do it? And if you're finding like these aren't like quick, fast yeses, then maybe this is a great time to evaluate. Do I need to do this at a later time? Do I need to seek help from my community? Do I need to build a community to receive help from? All those things can be ideals and thoughts that it's a great idea to come back to and look at as you're exploring what it's like to collaborate and support others, as well as creating and building your own community. And when I say your own community, let's say you are a part of a coaching program or a mastermind. Let's say you work at a job. There's a community within both of those different situations. You get to choose how you do and don't show up in all of them. You get to choose what capacity of involvement you want to be for them. If you are at, like I said, a day job, and there's nothing wrong with the day job if it's affording you the opportunity to live your dreams, to maybe get yourself on financial track, or maybe even it's a segue towards you creating your own business. And yes, I'm over here making my pressed coffee as we speak, because that's how today's going. Today's a coffee day, not a tea day. But having access to those different people within those areas, there's probably something really valuable that I hope you don't miss. That I hope while you're in those spaces or have access to those people, you're able to maybe even experience them in the most awesome version of themselves, that as you continue to evolve, you're able to support them as you know of different things that come up and be like, hey, I saw this thing, thought of you, shoot it over. Like not even a deep thing, like that took less than 60 seconds. And you might have just springboarded something that one of your peers really could have used. Like they were sitting there thinking like, okay, trying to do this thing. I need the resources. You having chosen to have them be a part of your community afforded you the opportunity to share something that, boom, now they get a chance to actually use it. They get a chance to spring forward towards what they're trying to create. And guess what? Those same people are realistically going to do the same for you. You don't know. There's not a guarantee of when or the how, but do understand they are realistically going to do the same thing. They are going to be sharing information that maybe it's not for them, but they're aware that you would like help with that, or you are interested, or you find it helpful or supportive, or maybe even just inquiring, what are your thoughts on it? When you're building these communities and you're having the opportunity to really channel who you want to be, you give yourself a lot of permission and access to come across different versions of even the same people or different folks that may be headed in the same direction and totally, hey, good morning over there in Facebook. Like, appreciate y'all showing a little love, jumping on in the morning with me. You really get a chance to legit choose your tribe, choose your own vibe, choose who gets to be a part of when things go up and you have great things happening. The summit that I hope you all have like jumped on and already signed up for. Again, it's free. It's not even something complicated. It's free. All you have to do is sign up so you're alerted to which speakers are speaking which day. But our lineup is so diverse intentionally to be able to show, and I'm being very specific and intentional about this, about the community and the tribe that I am looking forward to supporting with some other surprise things coming up. So just in case you're wondering, yes, there's more coming. There's other ways to actually become a part of a new community that, who knows, you might have been looking for it, just waiting on somebody to bring it up. But this summit, this Goddess Vibes Unleashed, is, like I said, about 20 or so professionals that are sharing their experiences of feminine energy. They're sharing the ways that they have gone about transitioning and becoming these better versions of themselves so that they can be very intentional about what it is they offer to other people and how they're doing so in a way that is supportive to them taking care of their need to help others, as well as ensuring that their needs get taken care of by the means that they do that. So they are making money, doing what they love, helping the people they want to serve, and doing so from a space that's most in alignment with how they like to show up. And this is male and female. So it's not just all women speakers, but men and women sharing about how they're able to harness their feminine and masculine energy and allow them to work collaboratively to be very specific and intentional on how they help the people they help. So if you haven't signed up yet, I am telling you, on every single platform, there is definitely a link you can click on to sign up for this free summit that's happening over the course of 14 days. So that's 14 days of you guys getting access to industry leaders sharing about their field, their experiences of how they're harnessing and owning their feminine energy and how they're doing so in such a beast mode way that they are able to show up and still help others become the greatest versions of themselves in what it is they do. So men and women are getting helped, and men and women are sharing their experiences and different areas to look at. So we're looking at things such as mindset. We're looking at money, business, and personal. We're looking at how are you, what's going on with your physical body? What's going on with your business? So in business, how are you showing up and why are you showing up that way? And is there a way that maybe you can do that more intentionally? And the only reason I'm even able to reach out to these people I know, people that told a friend that told a friend, and I reached out as a friend, is because of the communities that I'm choosing to be in, the way that I am choosing to intentionally show up. I get to be able to see other people do things in a totally different way that I might be like, oh my gosh, I think I might want to embody some of that too, as well as them all being willing and excited to jump on here and share to contribute to someone else's community. So just take that for a moment. Almost about 20 people, they have their own communities. They're all willing to share to support someone else's, me specifically, in enhancing and ensuring that more people get access to not only them and what they offer, but also how they can offer and get access to more versions of how they can be the greatest version of themselves. So if you have the capacity to click a link, since you showed up here, also feel free to share it with somebody else, share it with someone that you think might be interested. And as you're seeing the speakers unfolded, because, you got to create a little bit of element of surprise here, do take note of the ones you want to come back to. And of course, like I said, it is free. The replays are up for a period of time. So there's definitely an option to jump on and explore having access to all of them forever. So that way you don't feel compelled to be stuck. But if you don't, when it's over, can't really tell. I can't promise that there'll be other opportunities later. I can't even promise that there'll be another one happening, but I can tell you this one is. And at the end of it, there are an amazing opportunity to do some in-person things, as well as what's coming next for the rest of this year into next year. So I don't know if anyone has any questions, thoughts, or concerns, but the communities you're building and the folks that are seeing you and getting access to you, there may be even more that could be done when you choose to show up intentionally. To be fair, this mug that I'm drinking out of, this came from someone that I met within a workplace that I used to work at, and she is out here doing awesome things on the internet just the same. So, I mean, the stuff keeps coming back around. People I've worked with, I'm looking at stuff on my shelves. These all came from collaborations with other people that mutually we chose to share our energy, share our information, and still keep showing up for each other as well as for ourselves. Obviously, we've moved on from those different locations, but in the interim, we're still helping the community. We're still helping the world be better versions of themselves in the ways that we do it individually. Before I jump off of here for today, just wondering, for the people in the back and the ones in the front, any questions, thoughts, or concerns that I might be able to answer as you follow the lovely trails of social media posts that will just be guiding you along the way. I've been enjoying this amazing Goddess Summit, unleashing all this goddess vibes and feminine energy. all over the world so everybody can be taken care of. Because if not, then what I would say is I hope y'all have an amazing day. And I totally look forward to starting to share all of these awesome speakers and putting y'all out there so you can tell a friend to tell a friend. So I will see you all later. Have an amazing day. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share with someone, and make sure that you are getting front row access to this retreat. That was a slip. There might be a retreat that's happening later this month. Okay. You'll only hear that if you got to the end of this live. So see y'all later. Bye.